Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you have never seen me before, my name is Lucy and I created this look today on my eyeballs. So today I played around with the 3 brand new palettes from Beauty Bay. We have the Evolve palette, Origin palette and the Identity palettes. If you want to know more about these palettes or see how they worked or see how I created this, then just keep watching the video. So starting with my eyebrows, I'm just going to use my Sephora Pro 22 angled liner brush with my Anastasia Beverly Hills dark brown brow powder duo, and I'm just going to start by tracing underneath my brow and filling it in so it looks a little bit more full. I'm then just brushing the top of my brow downwards so I can see the line through the top, and then doing the same along there. Then just going in with a clear brow gel. This is just the clear brow gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and then obviously, like always, going in with a baby wipe to clean it underneath. Then I'm going to use my Collection Last Imperfection concealer in the shade 0 Extra Fair on my Anastasia Beverly Hills A2 concealer brush to go underneath the brow and carve them out. And as always, to prep my eyes for the eyeshadow, I'm taking the P. Louise base in the shade 0, and then I'm going to pat that in using my Anastasia Beverly Hills A16 brush. So as you can probably see from the title of the video, today I'm going to be reviewing and testing out the 3 brand new palettes that Beauty Bay have actually just brought out. So before I get into actually using the eyeshadow palettes, I just want to explain a little bit about each one. So this first one I've got here, this is called Evolve, as you can see. And if I open it up, you can see that there are a lot of different sort of neutral matte colours. So the first 4 rows here are all mattes, and then the last 2 are duochromes and shimmers, I believe. So if I just read the back of the palette, it says Evolve is a selection of 42 must-have neutrals and pops of colour that create wearable but experimental day or night eye looks for the beauty obsessed. So I think this is the most neutral sort of basic palette out of them all. So the next one here, this is Origin. Again, if I open it up, it's actually very, very similar on the inside to Evolve, I think the other one was. So again, we've got 4 rows of matte shadows and then 2 rows of shimmers and duochromes along the bottom. This one is, yeah, it's full of sort of a neutral brown tones. There's obviously a pop of green here and some golds and stuff, but again, this is quite a neutral sort of palette. Again, just reading the back, it says Origin is a curated selection of 42 warm nude and neutral shades with pops of rose gold and pink, designed to create casual and wearable daytime eye looks for the beauty obsessed. So they're claiming that this one is a little bit more towards the pink and rose gold tones than the other one, but I think they're pretty similar. So the last one here, this is Identity. I think this is my favourite one out of the 3 because if I open it up, you can probably see why. It's got a lot more colour in it. There's, you know, bright reds, bright purples, pinks and so on. So I think this is the one that I was drawn to the most because you guys know I love a bit of colour. It says Identity is made up of 42 eye-catching bright and bold shades with complementing base shades specifically curated to create mesmerizing day and night looks for the beauty obsessed. So yeah, this is the more bolder one out of the 3. Something that I do find really great about these palettes, obviously they are really large in size, and they do have a mirror in the top. However, they actually have written down the side. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but for each of the 6 rows, they have a word next to them. So the top row they claim is the base shades. Then there's transition shades, crease shades, liner shades, pop and highlight. So this is a very good palette for beginners if you're not really sure what to do with the colours, because obviously you could just follow what it says on the palette and create something by that. So I've just been having another little read of the back, and I'm just going to read what it says about those words and the numbers across the top as well. So it says, the colour theory palettes have been designed to map out the principles of eyeshadow application to enhance your shading skills whilst inspiring creativity and experimentation. Each palette offers 7 step-by-step looks plus endless mix and match possibilities. All you need to do is follow the vertical tutorials to build your look in a colour by number style concept. The 6 stages apply base, transition, crease, liner, pop and highlight for an effortless Instagram worthy look. No MUA required. So yeah, like I was saying, this is a really good palette for beginners because it's very easy to follow. They claim that the numbers across the top here are the 7 looks you can create with it. So I suppose it goes down in order of, you know, colours to mix with each other. I'm not really sure, but for me, I'm going to ignore those because I'm just going to mix and match with whichever colours I feel. But yeah, I do enjoy that about this palette, that it's very beginner friendly. That's what I was thinking of. So I'm just jumping straight in with the Evolve palette, and I'm going to take the deep green shade just here. I was actually inspired to take a green shade from my headband I'm wearing today, because also I don't really include much green in my life, so I'm going to start with the green, and then if it doesn't work out, we'll just have to change it. I'm just taking that shade on my Makeup Addiction Cosmetics smudge brush. I'm actually going to use this just to pack that colour all over the crease before blending it out afterwards. Wow, that is pigmented. They were not lying. I'm really impressed by this colour. I really hope this colour is going to be easy to blend out because greens are such a pain in the butt sometimes. Hence, I don't really use them very often. So I'm hoping this is going to be nice to blend as well as just for the pigmentation, because obviously you can see that is very pigmented, but let's hope it works the same with other colours. Now I've got that first shade down, my eyes are looking terribly small. I'm just going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills A25 brush and just begin to blend that out before I go in with the next colour. So I know some of you are going to think I'm going crazy blending red with green. However, I'm really drawn to this shade from the Identity palette. It's supposedly in the liner section. However, it's a bright, vibrant red, and I'm just going to take that and use it to blend out that green with my Morphe M506 brush. This could either be a really great idea or a really horrible idea. Ooh, that's a lot of product coming off there. Whew. Okay, so initially it hasn't really done what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to show obviously the clear transition between the green and the red. However, putting the shade on top of the green has actually just made it go a bit purple. So I'm just going to keep building up that colour and see if we can actually make it more red rather than purple. This is proving to be a big struggle considering all of my brushes are dirty and they all have different colours on them, so not ideal. Then with the same palette, I'm just going to go in with the orange shade right here. This is in the transition row and it is the 6th one across, if you are wondering. And I'm taking that on my Makeup Addiction pencil brush. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what I'm doing with this look and I don't really like how it's looking so far, but we're gonna power through, don't worry. Now I'm taking the Origin palette and I'm gonna take the second transition shade from here, which is a sort of mustardy yellow color on a, this is actually one of the new Morphe Jaclyn Hill brushes. This is the JH32, just because it was one of the only clean brushes left in my pot. Because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. So I'm very sorry if the lighting and the angles and stuff keeps changing. Basically, my camera is deciding to not operate with me today and it keeps dying every 5 seconds. So I have to charge it in the middle and then it charges like 1% and then it dies again. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara and some lashes, and then I'll be back with you to finish off the face. So now I've got my lashes on. These are the Soleil Cosmetics lashes in the style New York. So onto my face. You guys know I'm not that big of a facial primer person, so what I like to do instead is just moisturize. So what I'm going to take today is actually two new products from Facelift that they kindly sent me over. This is actually something I've been using daily since I got it, because it's really strange because it's like an oily sort of consistency, but it feels like a moisturizer on your skin. So this is their brightening serum, and I'm also just going to go in with the youth boosting retinol cream just on top of that. Oh my god. Ah! So they say to do 3 pipettes and then rub it in down your face and neck. Oh, I don't even know how to explain that scent. It's a bit like when you're on holiday and you put on that like mosquito repellent, but it's in a nice way, not in a weird way. For foundation, I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. This is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory, and because that is a little bit too dark for me at the moment, I'm just going to mix it with a little bit of the NYX Total Drop Control Foundation in the shade Vanilla. Then I'm taking my trusty Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C1 just underneath my eyes to get rid of my bags. I'm just going for something light on my skin today because I don't really feel the need to have heavy coverage, especially when you've got dark eyes going on. And like always, setting that in place with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. How did I forget the name of that? I do not know. I'm actually only going to set underneath my eyes and along my forehead because I actually really like the look of dewier skin at the moment. I actually also recently purchased not 1, not 2, but 3 of my favourite MUA Bronze to Perfection matte bronzers. I spoke about this in, I don't even know, a couple of videos back. This is one of my favourite bronzers of all time. I've only just recently discovered it, but my other one sadly smashed and died. So it was time to pick up some more. So why not stock up whilst they had them in stock? Oh, brush hair stuck to my eye, good one. So to highlight my face, I'm actually going to take 2 of the shades from the palettes from the highlight section. So first I'm going to go in with the Identity palette, and it's the 2nd shade across in the highlight section. And then I'm also going to mix that with the 6th shade across from the Origin palette. This one is actually beautiful. It's got beautiful pink undertones. I don't know if that's going to focus. Nope. Ooh, pretty. I know these are obviously eyeshadows, but there's no rules, okay? There's no rules. We can use whatever we want to use. For my inner corners, I'm actually going to take this shade here. It's the 7th shade across in the pop section of the Evolve palette. So many palettes to think about. I swatched this shade and I'm literally obsessed with it. It's basically a bit like Mermaid's Pigment from Peaches and Cream. It's got a sort of bluey purpley undertone, but it's so pretty. So I'm going to put it on my inner corners. Just zooming you back in to finish off my under eyes. So first I'm just taking a normal black eyeliner to go in my waterline, and then I'm just going to use the same colours that I did on the top underneath my eye. I've said it a million times.
Sometimes I just need a light. If I call you on the phone and you're on the other side, so when you're
to finish off my lips, I'm first just taking the NYX lip liner in the shade Leon. Then I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Bohemian lipstick and use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Caramel lip gloss on top. So just to finish off with a quick overview of the palettes, I really did enjoy using them. I think that they blended beautifully, even the green, which is quite uncommon for a deep green khaki shade. So the palettes do retail at £25 per palette, which I actually think is such a steal considering you get 42 shades and they are very, very versatile. There's a lot you can do with the palette, especially this one because there's a mix of brights and neutrals. I know I will definitely be using Identity more than the other two, but I really did enjoy using all three of them. I also forgot to mention that they actually go on sale on the Beauty Bay website as of tomorrow for me, which is Wednesday the 13th of September. However, by the time you're watching this, hopefully they'll already be on sale. So if you do want to get one, go and grab one because I really do like these palettes. So this is the finished look right here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching as always. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and also comment below what you liked, or if you're going to get the palette or anything along those lines. Don't forget also to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me, and also follow me over on my Instagram. It's at Lsgmakeup. There is a giveaway coming soon. I can't promise exactly when, but soon, so keep an eye out for that. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!